Hi, my name is Tacon. I'm a student here at the Lycée Français and I'm president of the ICJ. So the committee uses different procedure from GA committees because we do not discuss a resolution, but we discuss cases. This means that you have two teams of advocates, one from one council, the other one from the other council, for example, Russia or Ukraine, who are presenting evidence and stipulations and presenting arguments that will be then debated by the judges. So the judges ask questions to the advocates, and afterwards, after all has been done, the advocates get out of the room and the judges have about 1 hour of debate on if they believe that this has been concluding, this has been well argumented, and this therefore leads to what we call a judgment, which is the answer to the case. So we have 13 judges and 4 advocates, but since we have 2 cases, some of the judges will add advocates in the other days as well, so we switch. So my goal is obviously to have constructive debate, but also to bring forth new ideas about these cases because they have already been debated at the ICJ. So we want to see if our advocates and our judges can actually lead to a different judgment, if they can bring in new evidence and new information that can be relevant. So in the official ICJ, judges are people who are well experienced, judges from their countries, and they have a lot of knowledge about the law, whereas our students, obviously, as high school students, do not have that much knowledge, but it's actually very impressive to see that they can use the limited knowledge they have to good use. And also, the difference is the preparation, because advocates in the real ICJ can last like two years of preparation before it actually goes forth, whereas here they have 2 months, let's say. But so it's the same procedure, but just everything is like cut short in order to fit it in 2 days, because a judgment can, like a court can also last like 4 years. So this is just same thing but shorter. So the credit will have to go to Manoff 2017, because I was a judge in the ICC over there, and I just saw how it was such different to other committees because you actually use law and use different procedures, which was very interesting. So I came and see Mr. Daly, and I was like, this is very interesting, and why don't we have this? And so I suggested that we implement this because it's a new committee that's completely different from the others, and that are it's completely exciting and can lead to new ideas, and this is why I've done this. So as I've said, we do not debate resolutions, but we debate cases, and also a main difference is that the judges and the advocates do not represent countries necessarily. I mean, the advocates do because they represent countries, but the judges represent themselves. So they're individuals, and this is also very interesting because this allows them to think as individuals, as students, as humans, and not necessarily as a delegate, which is much more exciting in my opinion. Oh, I'm going to be honest, I did. This has been in construction for over a year, and it was quite difficult to collaborate between people from different schools because we have people from overseas, people who are at schools that don't have the same school year as us. For example, AIS has a different school year, so they were on holidays when we were not, and it was quite complicated to deal with that. And also we had some people who had unfortunately had to not come, so we had to replace them. And we also have to take care of witnesses, so it's a very complex process, but so far it's going good. So we're very proud of what we've achieved. What I want to see is Bolivia and Chile being able to come to a final conclusion on the Silala River dispute, because this has been a dispute that's been going on for a lot of time, and I would like to see judges and advocates finally come to a consensus.